Well, for some reason the music isn't loading in, so let's just jive right in. How about that? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the cafe. The courtroom. The combination courtroom cafe. I am, as always, your immaculate hostess barista. I hope you are all doing well tonight. It is Monday. Even though I got bamboozled earlier and somebody was like, it's Tuesday. And it's like, no, what? But I know it ain't Tuesday because, we're here. In the combination courtroom cafe. Nova is very excited. And thank you again, Hadai, for your continued patronage of the cafe for 12 months! That's a whole year of cafe rewards. Please continue to enjoy those emotes and ad-free viewing. So last time, we left off on a cliffhanger, which is part of why I assume Nova is so excited. So Gumshoe finally built a bridge so we can get back across to the other side, to the inner temple, where Maya is supposed to be. We did some investigating there, found bloody writing. It, had my birthday on Sunday. What? Happy belated birthday! I was doing an all-day Death Stranding 2 stream since I didn't have nothing planned. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you were able to do something else to celebrate yourself if that's your kind of thing. Or if that's all you did and you're happy with it, that is perfectly fine too. I'm 35 now, looks at Hans as he turns to dust. No, you're not turning to dust. You're still plenty young. But yeah, we made it to the other side, did some investigating, found what we believe to be the real crime scene of Elise's death. Also found out the shocking revelation that Elise Donim is in fact the long-lost master of the Karain technique, Misty Faye, aka Maya and Mia's mother, who was missing for 17 years. And now that we found her, she's dead. And we gotta figure out who done it. So much shit happening. Yes. And on top of that, when we finally got to the inner temple and to the sacred cavern where Maya was supposed to be, there was a real psych lock, or like a lock that looked like a psych lock that we see. It's a trick lock. The only person who could unlock it was Iris, so Edgeworth brought her to unlock that for us. An earthquake happened, he passed out, she ran off. We went back to the other side to try and, find her, check on Edgeworth, because of course. We found Iris. She was back at the inner temple. But instead of just one lock, there are now 5. And that's where we're at. So let's just dive right back in. Them Fays can't catch a fucking break. Correct. They cannot. Bridge to the Turnabout. Part 3-2, Investigation. Iris, when I get you. Oh yeah, and for some reason Misty Faye's scroll picture of her is just covered in gravy. Even though it looks like somebody just had explosive diarrhea on the wall. February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall. Right, is this what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth? I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks?
Yes.
If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you'll want to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly... There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all.
Nova says, oh shit, she actually whipped him. Well, now we know what it takes. Yeah, he needs to go take care of himself. That's that on self-care, Miles Edgeworth. Go take care of your whip wounds. Alright, girl. Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry.
Franziska von Karma, Queen of Self-Care. She'll give you a reason to have to go take care of yourself, alright?
I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see.
In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that.
I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, but...
But what?
Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and...
Who
in the world would do something like this? These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Karain tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it.
And you aren't the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that Jesus. I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them.
What does that mean?
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one.
Yes, that's correct.
What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this?
Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But...
it will take time, won't it?
Yes, about a day if I had to guess.
A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us?
Sure, I'll do whatever I can.
You've gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing that I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple, too. being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple. It's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. God damn it. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. It's always something. Okay. Well, seems like that's about all we're gonna be able to do here. Because I doubt we have the evidence we need to try and get at anything. Let's get out of here. Let's just go around and see what we can find. Yay, backtracking. I just had a thought. Because of all the, like, backtracking and having to go and get certain items at certain places and things like that, the Ace Attorney games are Metroidvanias. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. Yeah, where's she? We finally found her after, like, 2 days of her being gone. I wonder if... Well, it's letting us go to the garden. Let's take a look. It's the first of its kind, the visual novel Metroidvania. Well, it might not be the first, but it's definitely one of the more iconic. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey, don't you dare run away! What do you want, right? What do I want? To kiss you, sloppy style, right in front of all these cops. I mean, what? You came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. Uh-huh, hug. I mean, that's part of it, Edgeworth. That's part of it, Phoenix. Mm-hmm. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. Nova says, LMAO, I was just gonna say that. Well, not exactly that, but close enough. Yeah, I figured you'd be thinking the same kind of thing. Edgeworth says he was reminded of something terrible. Actually, hang on. Hey, Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Is that your attorney's badge? Interesting. I never imagined I'd ever see you wearing one of these, right? Because of you that I became one, Edgeworth. Not that I have any regrets. I really don't. If you're trying to say thanks, you can start by saying it a bit louder. Alright. Talk to me, buddy. You guys are putting in a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why. Nova says, aw, the boyfriends are being cute. Yeah, they probably don't get married until the sequel trilogy. At least that's how it goes in this one fanfic that I read. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect. Maya, do you? You have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? Okay. So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No, though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school. Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. That case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there. But it was such a shock. Never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, right? There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? Well, why don't you say that out loud, Phoenix? Try to comfort him. Nova says, yeah, the fan art I've seen looks to do the same. Yeah, I feel like certain events need to happen that we haven't encountered yet before they really come together. Not the earthquake, that fucker Manfred von Karma. To be fair, I would say the earthquake was part of it. Because if the earthquake hadn't happened and they hadn't gotten stuck in the elevator, then Von Karma wouldn't have had the opportunity. Like, he saw the opportunity and he took it. Like, the earthquake is one link in the chain of events that happens. And it happens before Von Karma does, kills Gregory. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before. So you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file? Yes, I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. It begs the question, if the earthquake didn't happen, would Manfred look for a different opportunity? Probably. Because, remember, Gregory Edgeworth was the only person who had ever gotten any kind of mark against Von Karma in his entire career, up until Phoenix. And that was just like an in-court penalty. That wasn't he lost the case. He just got, like, scolded by the judge for being a piece of shit. And so I feel like Von Karma would have tried to do something, but events playing out the way that they did, no matter what, Gregory would have died. Maybe. It's a very hot commodity for fanfiction. Well, maybe not very hot, but I've seen some, what if scenarios, like, what if, DL6 didn't happen and Miles did in fact become a defense attorney? Things like that. Like, what if Gregory hadn't died? A lot of what ifs. They're very fun to explore. Anyway, he was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court, and as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. That's a typo. It should be worst. What if Old Man Yowie happened? I mean, what Old Man Yowie are we talking about? Specify, please. I love how there's a very serious thing happening in the background here of Edgeworth saying that he's definitely seen Iris before, and we're in here talking about Old Man Yowie. Are you sure you want me to? Well, yes, because there's a lot of Old Man Yowie in this series that we've encountered and haven't encountered yet. I need specifics. Manfred and Gregory? Yeah, I've seen that. Like, some people, like, hate ship it. It's like a hate fuck kind of thing. I mean, let's be real, they are both also kind of Miles' dad, so... writes itself. Personally, I'm definitely more in the, Manfred x, Gant x Judge polycule. But, that's neither here nor there. Instead of death, they make out. Yeah, like I said, it's a hate fuck kind of thing. You know, tensions get high, you don't know what to do with yourself, and then you just make out sloppy style. That's how that works. I'm pretty sure there are fanfics of that, too. Anyway, it was my first appearance in court, and as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, right? I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. Edgeworth! Stop living up to the edge part of your name! Just tell me! Give me the deets! The info! The hot goss! Please? What? Why not? It might be a crucial piece of the puzzle that solves the case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. Is that a euphemism? I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Oh, okay. So maybe we gotta go find some more evidence for that. Alright. We'll be back. Probably back out to the gate. I think that's all we can do on this side for now. February 9th, Dusky Bridge. Weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of lone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Yeah, barista, Nick needs to fill Edgeworth in with his beep. Yes, his information and personal experiences relating to this case. Or at least the case from from Edgeworth's past. February 9th, Heavenly Hall.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Pearls! What are you doing here?
Nothing? What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Yeah, sure, that. Yes, that. Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick?
Larry?
This is the loser shack where losers get together to lose themselves.
This is the what?
Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Also, hello, welcome in. How you doing tonight?
Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Loris did a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls.
We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way.
I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man?
No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down.
Oh, Mystic Maya.
Oh, Pearl. My country's in the afternoon. Well, good afternoon then. Appreciate you stopping by. Just so you are aware, we are in the third game of the Ace Attorney series, the final case. If you do not want to be spoiled on anything that happens, as much as I appreciate you stopping by, I would recommend you leave if you don't want spoilers. Alright, Pearl, talk to me. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture?
I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore.
What am I going to do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearl?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing.
See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know?
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it?
I'm Japanese. I kinda guessed based on your username. So what brings you here, if I might ask? Like, how'd you find us?
I love it. It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy.
No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Maurice...
Not you two. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg of you.
I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw.
Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck.
This is the picture that keeps bothering me. I like this game. That's fair. I like it too. But yeah, this is the picture that bothers me. He's laying on his back. So if he drew the picture exactly as he saw it, then what he's seeing is upside down. And that's what's getting me about this whole thing. Let's ponder that while we take a quick ad break. We'll be right back. Where's my goddamn cursor? We're back! Also, hello, Zoe. And yes, I did put your little part of your Gobtober drawing that had me dressed up as Melanoe in the art slideshow, because I really like it, and you worked really hard on it, and it looks great. How you doing tonight? So as I was saying before the break, this is what's getting me. I'm convinced that we're looking at this upside down. Like, this is what he saw, but because he was laying on his back, that we've just been looking at it upside down. So, like, the person who's quote-unquote flying was actually, like, going under the bridge. And I still kind of stand by the whole... the one suspension wire that is missing now. I stand by that was used somehow. Like, where's the fucking... No, not the picture. Where's the map? Yeah, the map. Yeah, because there were 4 suspension cables. And this one, this third one, that swings across over to where we found the amethyst ball, oh, glug, 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 of Elise's, is, like, diagonally across from it. So if it was swinging, and Larry was looking at it upside down from here, it would make sense. Again, I could be completely crazy about it. I could be completely... Oh, glug, 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 glug. But I think that's what's happening. Like, everybody thinks Larry's crazy, but we're all missing, or like in-game, everybody's missing the crucial detail that he was on his back. So we're just looking at it upside down. I think that's the problem. And like, I currently don't have a way to explain this. Like, I don't have a way for Phoenix to come up with this on his own in-game. So even though I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here, I can't do anything about it until Phoenix pulls it together himself. Also, Zoe's okay, had pizza for dinner. Ooh, there's a restaurant nearby that makes really good veggie pizza. Nice. What kind of veggies do you get on it? I love veggies on pizza. Like, I could fuck up a good supreme pizza, like, any day of the week. Can I get an Irish coffee with 2 sugar and hold the Irish? You got it. Also, thank you very much for the hydrate and the coffee. Desk. I will do both at once. I will hydrate with the coffee. Bohoho. It's coffee with a little bit of sweet cream and some chocolate-covered strawberry creamer. Olives, onion, mushrooms, and peppers. Nice. Like that. I don't think you can go wrong with that, honestly. But yeah, that's my game theory about what's happening here, like with his drawing and everything. It also has tomatoes, but I asked for no tomatoes. That's fair. Those can be kind of hit or miss on the pizza. Texture really gets me. That's fair. Like, especially when it cooks and it gets kind of, like you said, the texture changes and it gets weird. I get that.
And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture.
And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value.
Hey, what's with the look of doubt on your face?
Okay. Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you, and what exactly were you doing when it all happened? Can we talk about how goated Larry is at drawing? Yes, we can. 'Cause it's been inconsistently shown, but we get peeks about it through the series. Despite the fact that Larry is Larry, he's consistently shown to be good at art. Like, in the very first case of the very first game, he's the one who made the Thinker statue clocks. Like, he made those. And like you keep saying, Zoe, he's pretty good at art. Like, everybody talks about how crazy it is that he claims that she was flying, but like, I don't know, if you just showed me this and told me it was a bridge on fire, I would get that. And I'm pretty sure the implication is that the pictures of Iris and there's a picture of Larry behind Pearl that we can't see from here. I'm pretty sure the implication is that he drew those too. So he's actually pretty good at this. And frankly, I kind of hope it's something that he pursues, or that we find out that he is pursuing, even after this whole thing with Elise. Because it's actually something he's good at. And Lord knows Larry could use that.
I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know?
I guess Larry is my favorite character now. Okay. Good for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you like him just because he's an artist?
I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Miss Donim's room reading a book together. But Miss Donim was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the Inner Temple. So what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
God damn it. Pearl, what the fuck?
I've been a bad girl.
If you're giving me 5 Cyclops to try to deal with, you're not great, I'll tell you that. I'm biased towards artists in any media I consume. That's fair. My favorite character in Persona 5 is Yusuke, who's a painter. Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? You like what you like, and that's all there is to it.
That's why I'm being punished.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power, it's disappeared.
What? Her powers have disappeared? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what are you looking at me for?
Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps?
Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you.
Just as I thought. I'm gonna have to break her Cyclops to get the truth out of her. Oh boy. And I'm certain we don't have the ability to do that yet either. Pearls, it's okay. You're still young. You can probably recover them. I mean, her mom was always saying that she had like a shit ton of power. And like from what we've seen, she's not very far off from Maya in terms of skill, even though she's like only 9. Okay, looking at Pearl crying is making me sad, so let's get out of here. It's kind of funny, the whole reason I'm an artist is art attack. And how's that? I mean, if you want to share, go ahead. But if you don't, that's perfectly fine, too. Okay. The main gate's the only place we haven't gone yet. Like I said, we're backtracking. We're trying to find new things in old places. Ace Attorney is a Metroidvania. Main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while, either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. No. She's definitely more into Edgeworth. She's made that clear. Maybe it's just that she has limited mana or whatever the fuck they have. I don't think that's it. Because if it was like a standard RPG magic kind of thing, then probably people could train and level up their power. But you have to have that power in the first place. Which is why Maya came here in the first place, so she could train and work on growing her power. But somebody like Nick, who just doesn't have it, just isn't gonna have it. It's like, which fucking... Is it sorcerers? Sorcerers in D&D? The ones who are, like, born with magic? Like, they just have it in them. I just really liked the show as a kid. My mom hated it because I was always trying to make... I always made a mess trying to recreate the stuff. Oh, okay. Sorcerers in D&D are born with magic, yes. Yeah, so people like Maya and Pearl and, you know, people with mystic powers who could, you know, channeling powers are born with it. But in Ace Attorney world, there aren't people like wizards who can study and learn how to do it. It's like there are three main things of magic in D&D. You're like a sorcerer, you're born with it. You're a wizard, you study your ass off for it. Or you're a warlock and you get some kind of magical sugar daddy about it. But in the context of Ace Attorney, it seems like it's only sorcerer types who are born with, like I said, this magical ability to channel spirits. At least from what we've seen, this is what we've got. Does that make Nick a warlock? No. Because he doesn't have magical powers. Because of the Cyclops? No, if anything, he can only see the Cyclops because he's got the Magatama, which was imbued with magic power. It was given to him by Maya, but Pearl was the one who charged it up. So if anything, he's just using a magic artifact. That does not make him himself magic. Because when Phoenix gave Edgeworth the Magatama, Edgeworth could see the Cyclops. So it's in the relic itself. It's not inherent to him as a person. Like a warlock. Okay, sure. I mean, my personal headcanon is everyone can learn, but it's really hard to get it without natural talent. Yeah. No, hear me out. I mean, I might if you stop yelling. Like a Hexblade warlock. Okay. Alright. Back into the main hall. Well, we found Bikini. Hazakura Temple main hall. Well, what's the damage? How was the sacred cavern? It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. So he's probably telling her all about. Yep, I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. But who? Who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Karain tradition. We have Iris at the Sacred Cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini. Also, there's clerics who get magic through their devotion to a deity, or paladins who get chosen by it, or bards who get it because they can shred a lute. Okay, that's... Okay, yeah. But it falls under those same umbrellas of... Those follow it, get it, of the... Jesus Christ. Those fall under the umbrella of somebody else sort of giving them their powers. Or giving them access to their powers, in my head. Or druids who get the... who get real high. I mean, they have a connection with nature. Why not both? Maya and Pearl are the patron. The Magatama is a enchanted item to help hone and focus it, and Nick and Edgeworth are the warlocks. Or artificers who make their own magic. I mean, I guess. Oh yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we? Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Karain disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Fae suddenly appeared at this temple. It was about a week ago when Mystic Elise... No, I mean Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master, she said... Someone is trying to destroy the Karain tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line? That makes Maya and Pearl not only sorcerers, but gods. Okay. There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new Master of Karain, and her daughters the main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. Zoe says, that would mean they would be Fae patron. Pun intended. Yes. Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? Alright, talk to me, Bikini. You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real. Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask-to-Mask case. And during Maggie Bird's trial, too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. The Karain technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you'd be really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Ho ho ho, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see, all because of one little mistake. A mistake? What mistake? Probably DL6, when Misty channeled the one guy and it ended up being wrong. It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident. That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. The DL6 incident.
I knew it.
The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago. Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. God damn it, I thought we were done with that shit. Psych! Wrong! A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. Yet, the idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. Zoe says, DL6, nah, I prefer DL6-7. Okay. If we're talking about the porn remake of it, it's DL6-9. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man... he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right. He was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Karain tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Karain Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Karain tradition is starting to recover at last. But with a new master wielding the power of the clan. Does she mean Maya? Obviously. Shit, I opened like 10 Linux terminals on accident. Uh-oh. No, you didn't, because the right answer wasn't there at all. Exactly. The spiritual power of the Karain channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before.
We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with the spirits flows strongly through us.
According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Army. Hello, Raiders. Hello, Jordan. Welcome to the cafe. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. For those of you who are new here, just coming in with the raid, I am Barista. I am a variety VTuber. I play visual novels as well as just a whole bunch of other random whatever the heck I want. Thank you for doing the shout out, Desk. What were you up to? By all means, please pop off in the chat. Today we are continuing the 5th case of the 3rd Ace Attorney game. So if this is a series you are not familiar with and you want to get into it at some point, or you just don't want to be spoiled, much as I love having you here, I would recommend you leave. Streaming Metal Gear Solid 2? Hell yeah, love that for you. I hope you had a good time. Now feel free to stick around, as always, or if you got a raid and run, to go and do some, like, post-stream care, take care of yourself. Go to the bathroom, get some food, get something to drink, go to bed. You do what you gotta do. Appreciate you bringing everybody by. Nova's theorizing about what would happen if a member of the Fae family was trans. Would the magic recognize that long before the person knew, or would it not until they've transitioned? To which Zoe follows up, imagine if one of them starts T and suddenly loses their powers. I mean, maybe. That's probably also something that gets explored in fanfic. Like, if they were FTM, would they be born without it or lose it when they start transitioning? Or someone starts estrogen and boom, powers. Maybe. Capcom, there's a whole untapped market here. There is so much untapped potential that lies within this series. And that's what fanfic is for. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Army. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master. And the ones who don't become branch families, right? That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course. She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother. Lost her life. As a result. Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition. Really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt. That's right, Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master seat from her. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Yeah, Morgan is in jail right now. Because she helped carry out a murder in the first case of the second game. No, the second case of the second game. My bad. And tried to pin the guilt on Maya. I kind of have the same question about Uma Musume. What if one of those bitches transitions? Well, maybe she stops being an Uma. Like her tail falls out and her ears fall off or something. What happens if a Fae is a non-binary fucker? OMG. I don't know. Maybe they get, like, a little bit of a spiritual power as a treat. Just a skosh. Just a little bit. Like, maybe they could charge up a Magatama or something, but they can't actually do channeling. Yes, as a treat. Morgan? There's a name I know well. Could someone take Horse E and become an Uma? Probably not. Like, on a relatively serious note, I'm sure that there's probably differences between horse hormones and human hormones, so I don't think if you wanted to be an Uma, that would be the way to do it. You just have to get a tail, a wearable tail, and wearable ears like all the other furries. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Karain Village. Ah, yes, there she is with her fucking hair that's like a third of her sprite. What she did was terrible. It was also she could make her own daughter the next master. I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris... Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this? I mean, it would be Uma Musume-e, because horses don't exist in Uma Musume. Yeah, I guess. But there's still probably other physiological differences that prevent you from turning into one. Neither do donkeys, zebras, mules, etc. Right, right. That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. Oh. What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Excuse me. Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh? Yes. Pearls. Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child. You jest! That child! She's Mystic Morgan's... I had no idea. The murderer! Yes, Jordan, the murderer. Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes, ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. She has a motive! Yes, yes she does. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. Huh? Wait, what? 3? Yes. Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl. What? Twin sister? Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Karain's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister... Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband, but even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan. That's why she had pearls. It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confine her. So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. This information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Well, that's a slobber knocker of some new information. So Iris has a twin, and we're pretty sure we know who that twin of hers is. But where is this twin of hers now? That's the main question, I think. Phoenix says we still have some more looking to do, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's go see if there's anybody in the courtyard. I mean, we're hitting an ad break in just a second here anyway, but we can at least come out here. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming?
No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Karain. Whoa, I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about.
I mean, it kind of is, but...
The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion.
Sure, buddy. We'll be right back. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works, Gumshoe. Also, why is the music that's playing the fucking theme song of the old man from Case 3? No, but really, why is the music that's playing the, freaking old man music from the second case? Not the second case, the third case. Anyway. We're back! Zoe says, fun fact, Gumshoe in French is called Dick-tective. Yes. Ace Attorney always loves its punny names. I'm gonna rest now, I'll catch you later. Thank you for stopping by, Jordan. You go get some rest. We'll see you around. Yeah, because in English, I mean... in English, even his name is puns, because Dick and Gumshoe are various names or nicknames for detectives. So he's just Detective, Detective, Detective. In Spanish, it's still Dick Gumshoe, because the translation team didn't bother to translate. Yeah, sometimes they do that. Or rather, don't do that, I guess. Alright, Gumshoe. What do you got for me other than old man music?
Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way.
Would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae.
Every case is gonna... Every case is gonna be airtight. Every little case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal.
Oh shit, I forgot there was a Latin American translation recently made. Yes. Huh? Who, me?
How long have you been there?
I just got here.
Oh, okay.
So what are you up to, detective?
I'm investigating, pal.
There we go.
I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon.
The real murder weapon.
That bobbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. Looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though.
A letter? They named him Derek T-Bear. That's pretty smart, NGL. Well, there you go. Alright, talk to me, Gummy. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ.
What? You mean?
I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation.
What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here?
You got me? I don't know. They're not my words, pal.
Then who said it?
Mr. Godot.
Godot? What did he mean by that? Okay, tell me about this letter. About that letter you found.
Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt-up old letter.
Burnt-up old letter?
Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the Inner Temple.
The incinerator?
I knew it.
I wasn't imagining it. Yeah, somebody used it. Because, again, I'm right in front of it, but it's covered in snow. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. And then we came back. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Like in the area around it and everything. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
Oh. Oh, Gumshoe. Spirit mediums? Burnt letter added to the court record. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. Better give it a good looking over and some serious thought.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
OMG, they named Lotta Hart Misha Corta, which sounds similar to Mecha Corta, which translates to short fuse, because she's a short temper. That's smart. That is clever. I like that. Alright, tell me about the murder weapon, buddy. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the Shichishito that we found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today.
Yes, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh?
Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Secret weapon? Zoe says, holy shit, they gave her a Chilean accent in the Latin tradition. I gotta play this in Spanish. It's kind of a meme in the Spanish community that no one understands Chileans. Oh, okay. So that plays into the whole, people not... I'm sorry that isn't what you ordered, desk. Just let me know and I will remake it for you. So it plays into the thing of people not understanding her southern accent in the US English release. I get it. So what's this secret weapon of yours?
You wanna know? You gotta think scientifically, okay?
Alright. Man, Gumshoe keeps talking about... Scientifically speaking, I miss Emma. I hope I get to see her again someday. In Japanese, she speaks with a Kansai dialect, which is hard to understand. Yeah, I've heard that.
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far?
No, Gumshoe, I'm not you. No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector.
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away.
Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go?
Huh? Me?
I've been using this thing for hours now. Gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? You know what? Why not? I only know that because I watched Azumanga Daioh. LOL. Huh, nice.
Come on, pal, it's good fun, I'm telling you.
Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go.
Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best.
Your most advanced gadget in your entire department is a metal detector? Oh, buddy.
It's so sensitive you could make it cry. It's so high-tech you could skydive off it.
Oh, bother.
So now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. Possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right?
Sure. That's what we're trying to find out.
Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good looky-see, pal. Don't worry, this baby will let you know when you hit on something metallic. When that happens, press blah. I accidentally clicked because I didn't realize it was going. Take a good look at everything and everything that seems suspicious, pal.
Why is it going on its own? I didn't want it to. Well, whatever. We're playing metal detector.
Look, a ladder.
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal.
Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects.
I met plenty of guys like you, always picking on the smallest details. Vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says.
That's because lettuce and cabbage are two different things, Gumshoe.
I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing.
To be fair, Gumshoe probably doesn't get vegetables very often, so maybe he legitimately doesn't know the difference. No, they're not. They're completely different.
You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you can miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal.
Last person I need advice from is this guy in front of me. I got an achievement for that. Get every ladder versus step ladder conversation in the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. I love that, honestly. Okay, so we're probably gonna hit on the ski poles. Oh, glug, glug, glug. I'm gonna move that there so it's not gonna make the annoying noise as much while I take another sip of my coffee. Alright. Let's see. How many times do they talk about step ladders? More often than you'd think. Usually it's Phoenix and Maya doing it. Because, like, if you examine a ladder, there's usually a whole thing where Maya's like, look, a ladder. But Phoenix is like, that's a step ladder. So it happens pretty frequently. It also happens in Rise from the Ashes where you do it with Emma. And she's like, explain the difference in scientific terms, please. So it happens at least once a game. And apparently we hit on everyone in the trilogy. So there's something here, but it literally just kind of looks like a manhole. Fun fact, the word for ladder and stairs is the same in Spanish. Yes, I remember you saying that at one point.
Don't touch that, pal.
Yeah, there's something buried in the snow, and I think it's like some kind of manhole. Huh? What is it?
It's a trap. People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty.
A trap. For detectives. You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg?
Yeah, those. I got my finger caught in one of those once.
Your finger.
There was this bit of cheese and it looked so tasty. I reached out and then bam!
Gumshoe, are you really that hard up for food you tried to steal cheese out of a mouse trap? The silence is just me sitting here trying to mentally process this. So it says there's also 2 words in Spanish for owl. Huh. Interesting. Phoenix, I'm with you there. I'm not sure how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. Alright, let's... Well, obviously Ami's gonna be made of metal. She's a statue. What's this? A pen?
Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal.
Huh? It's yours?
Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces.
That makes you detectives sound really nasty.
It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right?
Then don't go losing it. Because for some reason in English you call 2 birds the same, but it's different species. Oh, okay. Let's see, what else we got over here? Why is the staff going off? This is Miss Stonehim's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
But the detector is reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Gumshoe. What if it's a fucking sword staff, like the sword canes that people have? Mr. Barista has one of those. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it. Yeah, they are pretty cool, but you have to be careful because you're not supposed to, like, brandish the sword part of it in public in certain states. So if you do have one, you gotta be careful.
Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the...
Ah! The top is coming off.
Look what you done! You damaged a really important piece of evidence!
Ah!
That's a
sword.
Inside the staff.
Is this... Could it be?
The murder weapon?
I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
They call this kind of a thing a sword cane, pal.
I remember a D&D character I played had a cane sword. Yeah, those are pretty cool. I really like them. Now I'm really thinking about the logistics of my weapon that my wizard has. But it's already convoluted as it is. Well, it's not really that convoluted. She's a dwarf wizard. And because she's a dwarf, she has proficiency with warhammers. And she uses a staff as her magic channeling thing. Nobody says there's no rule against having a hammerhead on the end of your staff. Ergo, warhammer. Putting a sword in that would be a little bit too much, I think. Unless it had like a solid metal core. And like if the head broke off somehow, then she'd still have some kind of thing. But that would involve having proficiency and being able to use the sword, and I don't know if she does. Much to think about.
This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
God damn it, Gumshoe. My character was in a horrible, horrible accident as part of her backstory, so she looked fucked up and uses the cane to deceive people into thinking she's weak. That's really cool. I really like that. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? It's percolating. I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, hang on. It's percolating. I'm putting it together. So... okay. So, the real crime scene is over here in the garden at the Inner Temple. Both the body and the murder weapon are found back here at the temple. This blue dot indicates where the sphere on the staff was found, separated from it. We see Larry's picture, which I maintain we're all just looking at it upside down. And that this is probably Elise's body getting, like, swung across the bridge with the suspension wire, and maybe she had the staff with her to, like, try and hide it and get rid of it. So, she gets flung across the bridge. Lands over here. That's where the gem falls off. Body and staff get taken back to the temple. And that's where they both get found. Where's the crime? There's the crime photo. Because there was also a whole thing about everybody emphasizing that a lot of the blood comes out, like, when you take the sword out. So, if the sword was hidden in the staff, and that's what actually killed her, did she get, like, swung across with the sword still in her or something? And then whoever, like, did it just had to carry back the bottom of it? I don't know. Actually, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to look at the letter. I meant to look at it before. Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Oh, I completely glossed over the second page there. Her name is... She is our... That's probably ally. The whole... Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is... Burn the... Also make... Probably says make sure you tell that you... Make sure you tell no one about the... Make sure you don't tell anyone about this letter, probably. Bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. So I'm remembering something. That first night that we were here, when Pearl was so excited to talk to Elise and, like, learn new words with her, she did ask about Gravely and Roast. Or maybe she jumped hella high. Maybe. We'll see. Hey, Gumshoe. Who knows about the hidden sword? Probably just the two of us, and Elise herself, but she's dead.
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh?
No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
About the same length as the Shichishito, too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off.
Yeah, get some of the fucking... spray stuff that Emma had with us. That the name escapes me of.
See you later, pal.
Oh, there he goes.
Every little case is gonna be airtight. Every little case is gonna be airtight.
Wait up, detective.
Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know?
You're going to get that stuff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while?
Huh? What are you talking about, pal?
Please? Just until we find Maya.
Maya? What's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh, how so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think? Maya's been the...
Please, detective. Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of iridian there. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. This staff secret trick, let's keep it between you and me, alright?
I mean, you're probably gonna run and tell Edgeworth, but I digress.
Gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff, you got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal.
Thank you, detective.
Don't worry. She'll be fine.
Gumshoe.
You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal?
Sure. Thanks. Victim staff received from Detective Gumshoe for safekeeping. Has a sword hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe. So it's being emphasized that only us and Gumshoe know about it. So somebody else is probably gonna mention it at some point, and we gotta be like, nuh-uh. I can't help but wonder, though. What was Elise Donim doing with a staff like this in the first place? Well, I mean, she probably needed it for, like, self-defense or something. Alright, let me think. Let's look at profiles. We haven't done that in a minute. Got everybody. Oh. Morgan Fay's daughter and Iris's twin sister. Her father deals in jewelry, apparently. Maybe this is what we need. We need to go show this to Edgeworth. So we can fit the pieces together. Yeah, I think that's what we need. Alright. Hi, Bikini. Bye, Bikini. Metroidvania, away! Gate. Garden. Hi, Edgeworth. I have something for you. Yeah, so we already talked to Edgeworth, and he told us about Iris and about how he had seen her before, but the person he saw wasn't her, and how she's unrelated. But she's not. Hey, Edgeworth? Did you know that Iris had a twin sister?
What? A twin?
You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but... Problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father. A jeweler, I think.
A jeweler?
Right? I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Dahlia Hawthorne. We've hit an ad break, so we'll talk to him about that when we get back. Nova says, okay, Iris, for now you're in the clear, but I'm keeping an eye on you. We're back. Nova's very, very riled up. Okay, Iris, for now you're in the clear, but I'm keeping an eye on you. But you, Dahlia, you're the real fucker. Well, let's see what Edgeworth has to say. It was my first court case 6 years ago. Yeah, that was the case we played before this. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. After which Dahlia took the jewel that they were gonna get the ransom money for and jumped into the river. Yep, they stole the jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What? What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia. It's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly connect it with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them. Oh, Edgeworth. Honey. Buddy. Okay. There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. Seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? About Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Karain channeling technique. Did you say Karain channeling technique? You know something about it? Oh, yes. I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth. Go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Karain channeling technique is real. Let's see, is the profile finally a profile and not just a huh? There she is. Morgan Fay's daughter and Iris's twin sister. She was executed last month. Nova says you could just tell him. Yeah, but as much as we could tell him about it, that's not gonna make him believe us. Or believe in it. Okay. So we still have two things... We still have two things to do. We still gotta deal with Iris's psych locks, and we still have to deal with Pearl. So now that we know more about the Iris and Dahlia thing, maybe we can try to talk to Iris. Because Iris also has fewer locks. And also, we're right here. The reason it got fucked up is because his dad didn't know it was Manfred because he never saw him. I mean, yeah, that's true, but everything that he already knows about all of it was shaken to its core before. And if he just doesn't want to believe, he's not going to. No matter what we say or do, it's not going to convince him, I think. Iris, talk to me. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
Yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe that you're telling what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. That's Bikini. She says she saw her at the Inner Temple. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course.
Sister Bikini.
Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the Inner Temple. But, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris? You were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The Acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. Takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the Inner Temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. It doesn't add up with the fact... Oops. I didn't mean to do that! I didn't mean to show her Bikini's profile again!
Sorry, Mr. Wright, but mistakes just don't suit you.
Damn. Huh?
I had hoped you would get at least this much correct. I hate seeing you mess up and getting all disappointed.
Oops. I didn't know she could be so harsh. What are you trying to hide? The more you lie about it, the more I know it's got to be something really important. You say you left the main hall, but that doesn't add up with this. But god damn it! I keep hitting the wrong buttons! Now we gotta start over again. I mean, we only broke the first one, so it's fine. Okay. Yes, yes. Tell us what you were doing. Profiles. Bikini. Present. Lock the fuck- I am locked in! Or apparently I'm locked out! Do you not see this? Sister Bikini. She was very clear. She spoke with you. You were there. You wouldn't be late. You left at 9:40. That doesn't add up. Evidence! Your hood, which you gave to me before you rang the bell. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night.
Ah,
Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
I see you fucking up inputs. Shush! And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. Because even though Dolly is dead, in the Crane channeling technique, the person doing the channeling, their physical appearance changes to match that of the person they're channeling. So somebody channeled Dahlia. Can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me?
Yes.
Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me.
Your twin sister. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps?
Ah!
That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Karain channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. And I recovered from my fuck-up. I stuck the link.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the Inner Temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder, it was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful.
But I promised. I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
She's not dead, you know. Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The Main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power. But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Karain.
That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Karain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay there.
That's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh, Iris, that's awful. Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fay clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help. Damn, poor Phoenix. Getting roasted.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright! There is still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise.
Thank you. Suppose I'd better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearls' psych lock. Alright, Metroidvania, away! Man. Here she is. Heavenly Hall. Yeah, going back to Larry as an artist, you can see he did this portrait here as well. Gonna sit here for a sec so we can admire his handiwork before I bring Pearl up. Good job, Larry. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off.
I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Alright, Pearly. Talk to me. Tell me what you were doing, kiddo. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donim's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go. No.
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Donim's room. Yeah, she told us as much herself when we ran into her right as Iris was going to ring the lights out bell. She said she never showed up, and she was worried about her, so she was gonna go look for her. And we know how that turned out. Because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? She went to the Inner Temple because she was worried about Maya. That's why we found her over there. Like, the next day. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? And that letter was probably found in the incinerator. Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? And the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. Because she was worried about Maya. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it?
Ah!
You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. I signed up for your special course. Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Waha! Ho 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 ho! Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? Because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place. You felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10.
Yeah, 'cause she's small. She's only 9. She was going through the snow and it was probably like up to her knees. Until after 10? How did you know what time it was? She probably heard the bell, Phoenix. Come on.
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
Thank you. She heard the lights out bell. The Hazakura Temple's bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
Wait a minute. Let me double check. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Yep. She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls. Why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. The letter. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper.
Where did you...
In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... She was supposed to channel Dahlia. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris who Sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. You know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
Let's think about that while we sit on this ad break. We'll be right back. Nova said it a while ago, but it really bears repeating now. Poor Pearl. We're back! Nova says, oh, whoever gave her that note is on my shit list. I'm gonna kick their ass. Well... I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. Why would she? She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was, asks you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? There are only two people she would listen to without question. Maya and her mother. Pearls? I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why.
How did you...
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls. It's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick.
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
Ugh. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. Guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
Huh? How do you know that?
Couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. Like I said, when I first saw the letter, she asked Elise to help her with the words, and instead of gravely, she still really didn't know what it meant.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. She didn't know what gravely roast meant. Elise never really gave her a definition of it. The closest word she knows to gravely is gravy. Gravely roast the master, put gravy on the master. It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Ah! What? Why would I do something like...
You remember what was written in that letter? Bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Donim on the night of the murder? Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise? So, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. I wonder if Pearl showed her part of the letter and maybe that's also why she had to take action. Like, because she had to point it out. Sure, Miss Donim taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded
like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing and I couldn't even do it right.
Oh, Pearl. Talk to me, Pearl. A fun fact from the Ace Attorney Wiki. The original Japanese version uses a pun involving curry, kare, for the misread line from the letter kare, literally splendid. Oh. It's interesting. You know, I have a lot of respect for, like, localization people and, like, translators and stuff, because it can't be easy to have to make, like, such euphemisms and, you know, words and stuff match over from one to the other. Also, hello, Astro Dude. How you doing tonight? Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Well, Nova to Pearl. Well, in this case, it's good that you didn't, because now I'm gonna kick your mom's ass, but... Get over here, Morgan. I mean, Morgan's in solitary confinement. She's in prison still, so, it'll be a prison yard fight. Alrighty. Then I'll go to her. Well, you know where to find her.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy.
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Karain like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then,
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry! I didn't mean to! I just couldn't help it!
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens.
Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple.
Yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but... Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy, and
let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? Oh, Pearl.
Must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too.
Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried, and I tried, and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that.
Larry, shut the fuck up or I'm gonna push you in the river. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes. I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken.
Larry, shut up. And that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. She got a spiritual busy signal. Yeah, basically, Astro. That's basically exactly what it was.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Tell me about your letter.
My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls. I'm kind of part of the reason she's there.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me.
The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her.
Oh, honey.
I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her too.
Oh, honey.
That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter too,
A picture?
of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh?
Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange.
Someone had opened it already? Burnt letter updated in the court record. Orders from Morgan Fay, opened once before. Nova's very riled up again. Oh, Morgan, there's a special place in hell for you, and I'm in charge of it. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. Morgan at the very end of 2-2. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Yes. Exactly.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us. So I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Huh. Yeah, there's only one guy who ha's like that. Finally figured it out, have you, trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. Ha! What did I just say, trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all.
Mr. Nick? Is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master's seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. To be continued. Let's save our progress. And next time, we're going to court. You better be going to court. Better be go to court. We will be going to court after this. But for now, we're going to wrap up. If the music will load in. There we go. After this case, I recommend Crown of Pencils' short fanfic, The Dry Branch on AO3. I'll have to look into that. I really like fanfic. Because, like I was saying earlier, there's just so much potential for things to be explored in fanfic, and I just love seeing the way people look into things. I find it just so fascinating. Because, like, there's so much untapped potential, so many ways that people could work into things. So I just really, really love it. So I'm gonna have to go check that out. Let's see who's up doing they things. You know what? Let's go. Let's go say hi to Maydoodle. It looks like they have follower or subscriber only chat on, but that doesn't mean we can't go and hang out. Right now it looks like they are doing some Minecraft. When I can tell, they're relatively chill. They like to hang out and just vibe. Like I said, from what I can tell, they seem to do Minecraft a decent amount. And yeah, they're just a pretty chill person. So we're gonna go. We're gonna say hi to them. See how they're doing. Hang out for a bit. Just chill. And we will pick this back up on Thursday, where we're gonna go back to court. And we're gonna piece this all back together somehow. I really want to know how the prosecution thing is gonna work out. Like, are we still gonna have the Canadian judge? Godot says that, you know, we're gonna face it all in court together then. So, if he's gonna be the prosecutor, Franziska's probably not gonna be there. But are we gonna have the Canadian judge, the regular judge? We'll find out. Until then, eat your food, drink your water, take your meds, and get some rest.